Ahoy! Welcome to this Film Festival Bubbles, where we speak with some of the most bubbling guests of this year's festival. And today we have some real bubble trouble for you, because we're presenting you a very bubbling, sparkling person, festival guest this year, director of the film 12 Hours to Destruction, scriptwriter of the film 12 Hours to Destruction, coming from Iceland, and her name is Nanna Kristín Magnúsdóttir. Nanna Kristín, the title is a bit misleading, I'm afraid. I was sitting in front of the screen expecting some violence, some video games, some explosions, some destruction. Then the film starts, and maybe you can describe us what is the first scene, and in that way also describe us what the movie is about. It's not exactly a lot of explosions going on in the first scene.
No, not in the first scene. Thank you for having me in this bubbly interview. The first scene is 3 kids, 1 girl and 2 boys. They are in a band, and the band is splitting up. And the girl gets a letter that says that somebody is gonna destroy the school, and the school band is going to be at the, I have a concert in the night, and that means the concert is not going to happen. Mm-hmm. And the title, 12 Hours to Destruction, we changed it because in Icelandic it's called Up, Up, Up. Mm-hmm. And we figured that Abba, they would think it was about ABBA, the band.
I thought so.
Yes. So I
was looking forward to ABBA.
Yeah,
movie.
But that would be even more misleading, because it's not about ABBA, and people would go and sit yeah, ABBA film. Maybe it's about ABBA when they are children, and then they would see this film, and it's about disco, yes, ABBA, but punk also. So it's like disco versus punk.
Story of my lifetime.
Is it?
It is.
Wow.
But let me ask you one general question, and we can go into detail later. Yeah. You don't believe in the famous expression "less is more"? No.
I'm an actress, so I know what less is more means. But I think in a movie, it's actually my first feature film. I've done TV series and short films before, and I wanted to make a big explosion. And explosions can be more than fire and bombs. It can be a lot of happy kids doing dance and music and singing and great acting. And that's what I wanted to do. Yeah.
So instead of less is more, you believed in more is not yet enough.
Yeah.
And that's why you gave us singing and dancing, you gave us little animations, you give us voiceovers, you give us flash forwards, flashbacks. Yeah. There's a lot going on the screen.
Yes.
And still you keep it all together. How did you do that?
Well, thank you. Well, that's my job as a screenwriter and director, so that's how I did it.
Yeah, because you easily could have created some chaos, but you did not.
No, I wanted a little chaos, but it makes sense in the end.
That's what you say.
Yeah.
Everything is rhythm in this film, even the way the characters move, they move in the rhythm. The way they speak, they move in the rhythm. It was like you had a constant metronome ticking on the set to keep them all in the rhythm. How did you do that as a director? Because you work with loads of kids. There's some scenes where a lot of kids are on screen, and still you keep them all the time in rhythm.
Well, I'm not going to say that this is just my job. I had a great team with me. I had a dance choreographer. I had a set designer. You know, they did a lot with work, and we had preparation. We had meetings. It's all female, so we called it our girl power meetings, and we talked about things should we do it like this and this, and I had ideas, and I said my ideas are not always the best ideas. So tell me, what are your ideas? Or tell me oh, that doesn't really make sense. And that's really how everything came together, because there are many women doing thoughts and doing a full feature film. Yes.
Girls have rhythm. They have a lot of
Girls
rhythm.
have rhythm, yes, they do, and it's also in the script. I write like this boy goes and dances to this corner, and then this girl comes forward to the film, and then close up of this on da da da. It's very detailed script.
So everything was about choreography.
A lot about choreography, and then we also worked with each kid, because there are like 3 main characters, and then extras, and then there are extras. But I wanted everyone to have a name and a character, so there was 80 kids in the film, and they all had names, and they all had a purpose in the film. Even though they show like this much in the film, I also wanted to teach and let the kids have an experience how to act in a film. So that was really nice because I'm an actress, and sometimes you see like girl in pink, and you don't really want to be girl in pink. You want to be like Charlotte or something, have a name and purpose.
Charlotte, please. Even if everything was so structured, everything was so synchronized, all the time you can see that the kids are having a lot of fun.
Oh, they had so much fun. It was during the second wave of COVID, and we had to stop the shooting like 3 times. Sometimes for 1 week, one time for 3 weeks. So that was a lot of pressure when we were doing the film. Mm-hmm. But the kids were just spot on and always came back and happy. And yeah, I guess that's how kids are. So people say in the industry that it's most difficult to work with children and animals. And I do not agree. I haven't worked with animals yet, I don't know, but kids are great to work with. Because they don't really ask that many questions. You just like tell them, and they're like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And the questions are really, they make sense if they have questions. They don't doubt anything. Like, we doubt a lot of things when we're grown up because we have had a lot of failures in our life. But kids don't have that, so they're just really open and happy.
That's why the kids' questions are probably much better than my questions. But my last question is a very special one.
Okay. Is it bubbly?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You know that we're in Zlín, and the glorious empire of the city of Zlín was built on one thing, which is shoes made in the Batja factory.
I know. I'm going to buy my husband's shoes here.
Good.
Yes.
But we're not talking about your husband's shoes. We're going to talk about your shoes. Could you please put your shoe on the table and tell us if you have a story about the shoe that you're wearing today?
Should I take it off?
No, you can you can
just
do it
like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a story behind your shoe?
Yes, there is a story. I'm in a mommy club. Like, I have a 15-year-old boy, and he has been playing soccer since he was 5. And the moms, we stick together, and the boys in his team. And we were having dinner, and one of the moms had exactly these shoes on. And I said, oh my God, I love your shoes. And she said, okay, I bought them in s.r.o. And I said, is it okay that I buy the same? And she said, of course. And that's like girl power.
And your next question could have been, and is it also okay if I wear them on a TV show in the Zlín Film Festival?
You do?
I mean, that you could have asked her.
Oh, yes, I could have. But I don't, I'm amazing woman, but I don't see the future. That's, yeah, that's my only flaw.
Okay. But we're really happy that we had you in our festival bubble today. It was a super pleasure. I hope people will watch it. They can watch it on the YouTube channel. They can listen to it on the festival podcast. And it was a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. See you all.
Thank you for having me.